How much will 100,000 RSR potentially be worth in 2025? In today's video, let's find out. And to kick things off, I first want to begin how I'm not a financial advisor. These are all just hypothetical scenarios, and there's absolutely no guarantee that any of it is going to happen. But now that we've got all those formalities out of the way, I think it's important to note how as of right now, 100,000 RSR is currently worth $1,000. And with that in mind, if let's say RSR were to go to the price of 25 cents, it would be a 25x from here. And at that point, 100,000 RSR would be worth $25,000. Now, I get it, right? When I say 25 cents, some of those RSR ding-dongs / critics, they may say, "Carayo, that's insane." But I disagree because I think that it could very well reach it during this bull run. And why is that? It's because I think it's first important to understand just how special it is. And to understand how special it is, we have to understand about Reserve, because when it comes to Reserve as a project, it's amazing. Its goal is to quite essentially be focused on stable currency. And now, here's the thing. When I say this, some people, they may wonder, yeah, how are they trying to achieve that? And what Reserve is trying to do is that they're not trying to directly create their own currency. Instead, what they do is that they allow anyone to create their own token called an R token. And an R token is a token that is backed one-to-one by a collection of other assets. So, for instance, right, let's say I create an R token. I can, back this R token by a collection of assets of my choosing. For instance, we take a look at something called EUSD, which is a very popular R token, by the way. And we will see that it's actually backed by a combination of USDT and USDC. So again, right, it depends on the R token creator as to what they want the R token to be backed by. And this is very fantastic in my opinion, because since it's not backed by just a single token, it creates more stability in my opinion. And now when I mention this, right, some people, they may wonder, yeah, but where does RSR come into play? Now, RSR, it comes into play in a sense that it can be staked on an R token where it acts as collateral, so to speak. And also on top of that, stakers who do stake their RSR on an R token, they do gain rewards. So that's very fantastic in my opinion. And also, let's not forget, RSR even acts as a governance token as well for that R token that it's being staked on. So any way I view it, I think that RSR is fundamentally fantastic. I think Reserve as a project is very revolutionary. I think that it ticks off the boxes. At least that's the way I view it. Now, I want to show you a very crazy statistic that's going to blow your hair back, much like Snoop Dogg's hairline, which is very embarrassing. He has to shave his cornrows or dreadlocks. But yeah, besides that point, we take a look at this, right? The global market for digital payment solutions is expected to reach a market valuation of nearly $25 trillion by 2030. I mean, God, you got to take this into consideration. The GDP of Canada, not too long ago, back in 2022, was around $2 trillion. So this right here is a very insane statistic. And now, when it comes to the digital payment solutions market, some people, they may wonder, yeah, where does Reserve, or where could it play a role in all of this, right? And I think it could play a role in it by way of R tokens, which again is very amazing if you ask me. So again, I think Reserve is incroyable, as they say in France, or incredible in English. So when I take that into consideration, I don't see why RSR won't go to the price of 25 cents during this bull run. And now I do want to take a look at the next price target for RSR, and that is RSR at the price of 30 cents. Carayo. And at that point, 100,000 RSR would be worth $30,000. And personally speaking, do I think that this is insane for RSR to reach during this bull run? I think not, because if RSR were to reach this price target, again, right, 30 cents, considering its current circulating supply, at that point, a market cap would be around $15 billion, which isn't too much to ask for. We've seen Doge go to around $88 billion, and of course, back in 2021, and also in 2021, we've seen SHIB go to around $40 billion, which is the main token of the Shiba Inu ecosystem. So I don't think $15 billion in the grand scheme of things is too much to ask for. Now, when it comes to RSR, I get it, right? The fans, the hype, it's not as great as Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, but its fantastic A+ utility, I think, pretty much evens out the playing field. And here's the crazy thing. I'm not saying that RSR is going to go to 88 billion market cap, 100 billion. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying around 15 billion. I mean, carajo, that's not too much to ask for. At least that's the way I view it. RSR at the price of 30 cents, I don't see why not during this bull run, of course. And now, I do want to take a look at the next price target for RSR, and that is RSR at the price of 35 cents. And 100,000 RSR at that point would be worth $35,000. Now, this is a gigantic and massive, that's what she said, milestone for RSR. But here's the thing. I don't see why not, because this bull run, I think, could be legendary. More institutional investors than ever before, more enterprise adoption than ever before, and also on top of that, more crypto owners than ever before in history. And yeah, you heard that right. That's not a joke, because according to Crypto.com research, as of right now, around 575 million crypto owners, over 500 million, which again indicates that there's more people than ever before in history owning cryptocurrencies. Back in 2021, during that insane bull run, only around 300 million crypto owners. So now there's nearly double that amount. So if the 2021 bull run was already insane, hashtag Britney Spears, this bull run with this many new crypto owners nearly double, again, right? It's going to look like that Snoop Dogg type of level insane of that hairline, you know what I mean? So, again, right, when I consider just how massive this bull run could be, and when I consider the A+ utility of RSR, why is 35 cents too much to ask for? And now here's the thing. When I say during the peak of this bull run, some people, they may wonder, yeah, when is that going to happen? Historically speaking, it happens anywhere between 6 to 12 months after a Bitcoin halving event. And the Bitcoin halving event expected to happen sometime this April. So we take a look at it, either 6 to 12 months after April, worst case scenario, right? You know, I'm taking the most worst case example. That's potentially April of 2025 for altcoins that truly shine and showcase what they're really capable of, much like RSR. So that's still quite some time. Now, it could very well happen, best case scenario, 6 months, but I'm not going to take that, right? I'm just going to take, let's say, a most worst case scenario, which again could very well be in April of 2025 based on historical data. So that's still quite some time. A lot of people, they're impatient, but I think patience is key because I do believe that RSR is really a sleeping giant. That's what she said, and I think it's fundamentally fantastic. And make sure to subscribe if you gained value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also on top of that, make sure to check out this very fantastic video. I think you all would really love it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.